driving between Harrisburg and State College, this is a much more enjoyable journey than taking the Pennsylvania Turnpike toward Pittsburgh. Most of it is now 4-lane, but I'm going to show you what it used to be like trying to go from Harrisburg to Pittsburgh on Route 22. Over the years, they moved the road off of the river, and then there was a 2-lane road, and I'm on the upper shelf, which was added in later time. This is PA 333 going through Thompsontown, but at one time this was US 22. This was the road that you had to take between Harrisburg and Pittsburgh, and it wasn't a very quick journey. There's a theory that the state suppressed expanding Route 22 for years because it was somewhat parallel to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and they wanted everybody to take that road. But if you haven't taken US 22 between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg or the other direction, it's a much more enjoyable drive, and it's free. The journey on William Penn Highway, old Route 22, kind of reminds you of driving Route 66 with the highway to the right of you. It's straight and fast and not very populated with cars at this point. Every so often you get to pass through another little town that had probably interesting stores and what have you, and were self-sufficient at one time. This is the town of Center. And there's a diner. It's also the town of Mexico. I had a client that sold playground equipment that was based in Mexico, PA. Once you get past Port Royal, it starts to get hilly because you're going to be climbing what they call the Seven Sisters, which is the Appalachian Mountain Range, and was probably a horrible drive in the winter. This is also US 322 at one time, so it shared 2 US routes because they had to cut through the mountains. You get to drive through a whole bunch of cool towns on your journey. I believe this is Mifflintown. Well-kept buildings. I'm sure not much going on anymore, but very historical looking. When you take the old road, you find very interesting places to stop. The historic Midway Drive-In Theater, which is operating, appears to be in very good shape, and it's actually right off the highway exit, so it's easy to get to. After that last exit, the road gets a little abandoned as we are going to start heading up the mountain. This is not a well-traveled road, and I'm sure it's awful in the winter. And guess what? There's a reason. The road ends because they built the highway and the reservoir. It probably picks up on the other side. So I had to go back to the drive-in and pick up the highway, but I think you can see the older alignment down below, and then this upper alignment was added later to make it a legitimate 4-lane highway through the mountains and the reservoir. Coming the other way, there might be some sections of Old Route 22 from Lewistown that you could travel.